Hello, everybody. My name is Ricardo Cabrera, and I am the operations manager at the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Boulder County. And today we have as our special guests, Manuel and Brayan. They are the founders and owners of Moray Inca Products. Welcome, Brayan and Manuel. How are you today?
Good. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for being here. So before we start with work questions, tell me a little bit about yourself, Brayan. Who are you? Where are you from?
So my name is Bryan. This is my dad, Manuel, and we are from Peru. And we've been living here in Colorado for about 20 years now. I came at a young age, and ever since then, we've been adapting to a different style of eating, and slowly, in a way, for me especially, losing a little bit of that culture that we had, or that I had back then at home. And over the years, about 8 years ago, that's when my family decided to change the way of living in a sense, and especially the way we eat, because of those certain dishes or certain drinks that we would normally would eat in Peru, and a child would eat when they were growing up, and retake that our culture back and start making that again. And with the help of more products from Peru coming here to the States, that made it easier for us to find those products and start making those certain drinks and um, food. So I've been on a sort of a health journey here for the past 6 years, and decided to, along with my family, change our habits of eating, physical habits, and the way we've been doing that for, I don't know, strong 6 years, and slowly improving, saw all the benefits, and we have been happy with everything that we have accomplished and continue to accomplish.
Excellent. That's beautiful. So from Peru, 20 years in the United States, and now you have Moray Inca Products. Tell me about Moray Inca Products. What is it, and what do you guys do there?
So Moray Inca Products is technically we're trying to bring ancient recipes, ancient drinks back to the everyday life. One of those things being bread, for example. We all eat bread, but the bread that we eat now it's quite unhealthy, or some certain people can't even eat it. So we're trying to make everyday food be enjoyable again. Being the bread, being pastries. We have one of those pastry cookies, or even being the drinks. Drinks, instead of drinking coffee or drinking anything else every morning, this is something that you can drink quick and easy, and it helps you start your day. And as far as Moray, a lot of people ask us, what is Moray? So Moray is a special archaeological site in Peru, just like a little bit like Machu Picchu, but this one is a little bit further away. And it's a circular terrace, where the Incas and other cultures from back then would use to grow crops at different levels. So we decided to go with that because we are also creating new crops, or not new crops, new food and new drinks, that even in Peru they don't even do, because, like I said, a lot of our culture, even in our own country, is being lost with modern technology, modern life. Um, so we're trying to bring that back and see, we have all this great food and grains, but how can we use it? So that's what Moray Inca Products is. It's bringing all that ancient food and to everyday's life.
Wow, that's incredible. I love the story, and I have never heard of Moray, and I didn't know that it was an actual structure from the Incas. And of course, the Incas predate the Mayans, right? So it's really old old history, and it's really ancient food. So tell me a little bit more about what's different about the recipes that you're using. So you're doing breads, and you're doing something called a chicha. We can talk about that in a little moment. But this bread is fermented for longer than usual, and the ingredients you put in there they're very specific, and they have specific purposes and benefits. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so our bread is technically it's a sourdough, but unlike any other sourdough, is the fermentation process and how long we take we take care of the bread. So in this case, our bread is 24-hour fermented. And in doing so, we add other benefits, which is quinoa, maca powder, and another one, we have chia seeds. We also do flax seeds. And then we have different variations that we try to go. We have a purple cornbread, we have chocolate bread, for example. But with all of those, we try to add the most nutrients as possible. And by doing that, as my dad has found a way of how can we activate all these grains, it's not only adding the quinoa or adding the flax seeds, it's how can we activate it so by the time it gets to the consumer and they're able to eat it, they don't feel bad because it's already gone through a process of pre-digestion in a sense that once you eat it, you won't feel like bloated or won't feel bad of eating bread, which is what has happened with just your conventional white bread and regular flour.
Okay, so right now you hear everywhere gluten-free and all that. So this is gluten-free and more.
Not necessarily. It's not gluten-free. Because we are using actual flour. The only thing is our flour, our provider, it's organic, but the way we activate everything else makes it not as even though it still has gluten, it doesn't have as much gluten as the regular bread or even as regular sourdoughs because of the fermentation and the way we activate everything that all the ingredients that we're putting in our breads.
Okay, cool. So now tell me a little bit about what the chicha. What is chicha?
All right. So chicha is it's a drink that was the original one is called Chicha de Jora. That one was a drink that was drank by the Incas many years, and it's a process of fermented corn. So you just leave the fermented corn, takes about a month or two, and then through doing that fermentation process, a drink is generated that has a lot of microorganisms that are healthy for your body. So what we decided to do is take two of the regions from Peru, one being the city, and there's a lot of Chicha de Jora that sells there. And another area is from Arequipa, which is higher up in the mountains, and they do a specific chicha drink made out of purple corn. That is their main thing. So we decided to do both of those and use regular corn to make one, purple corn to make the other one, and really focus on the methods that were used back then. Because even you can find chicha like on Amazon, for example. That one is completely different than what we're making because of the added sugars, added water, anything else to preserve and make it longer. Our product is the traditional recipe, and that's what we're trying to make of a healthy drink that has full of antioxidants, and it's beneficial to your gut.
Wow, I love the story, and I love all the thought behind the food that you are making, which is really more on the realm of health food to help you rejuvenate your body and especially your stomach. When Manuel was telling us the story about how he's focused and he's read and studied this, so he knows exactly what ingredients to add. So your stomach bacteria gets regenerated, and therefore the whole system improves. Tell me then, where can I find your products? I mean, this sounds incredible. Where can I go buy this stuff?
Yeah, so our products, we sell them at just our online website. We go to festivals here and there. We're trying to get into the farmers markets here for the winter season. But overall, just online, send us a message if you need certain things or more, like we do the pastries, which are the alfajores. Those are gluten-free actually because of the 3 types of flours that we're using. You can just send us an email, call us, and we can do the order for you. They're all made to order. Takes us about 2 days depending on what it is because of the fermentation process, especially for the bread, and then we can deliver those to you guys.
Okay, excellent. And just one quick question about the chicha. That is a non-alcoholic beverage, right? Because we're talking about fermentation, and usually we think, okay, I'm going to ferment something, it's alcoholic, but this is not alcoholic. This is totally sugar-free, healthy, no alcohol, and it's good for everybody in the family.
Yeah. So it is sugar free. I mean, on the recipe we do add sugar, but that's pretty much gone through the whole fermentation process. So you won't find any traces of the sugar, other than maybe a little bit of because of the corn being naturally. But other than that, there's no sugar, no caffeine, no alcohol. We test this every time we're making them, and each time our test comes to 0.000 alcohol. So now, if we do let it ferment any longer, of course it's going to turn into alcohol. But the way we're doing it and the way we prevent that is by doing like a 2-week actual fermentation process, and then bottling everything and sealing. At that point, this will not turn alcoholic at all. And another thing with the chichas, you can also use it as cooking, because in Peru we use it for recipes, for like stews and stuff, such things like that. And you can find like a little history in what chicha is on our bottles. So we try to teach our customers that not only you can drink it, but you can also use this for cooking, because that's how the Incas will do it as well. Cooking and drinking. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that. So just so you know, everybody, their information again is going to be down here. You'll be able to find links here to their websites, and you will learn more about their products. You will learn more about what they make and how they make it and where to buy it. So, Bryan, let me ask you one last question. So now you have this business. You guys have been around now for 2 years or 3 years?
Technically, we've been a legitimate business for 1 year, but overall, we've been doing this and testing products here and there for about 3 years now.
Excellent, excellent. So now you have a legitimate business. You have products. You have a website where you sell your products. So what are your next steps? What's your dream with this? Where do you want it to go?
So the next step is to find our own location. We want to since we make everything on our own, we want our own place that we can ferment our bread, ferment our chicha. We started this doing beer, so that's something we would like to do, because purple corn is something so new that not a lot of people know about, but their benefits are very important to our body. So we want to somewhere where we can do our other ingredients, other recipes, maybe a restaurant, and bring more products from Peru and showcase them to the town and pretty much the American people, because there's more products coming every month or every year that we know about, but not a lot of people heard of them. So we want to show and share all those recipes of healthy food that has to be with our culture and our products.
Excellent. So I love it. I love everything. So your food, your philosophy, focus on health, bring products with ancient recipes. And I wish you guys the best. I wish you all the luck in the world. And thank you for sharing. And before we go, I have one surprise question for you, Bryan. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is your favorite word?
I would say consistency, because just like anything with health or fitness for that matter, if you have to be consistent, it's not an easy process, and if you are consistent, you'll succeed.
Excellent. Thank you. I love it. I love it. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here, and good luck in everything you do.
Yep. If I may say one more thing.
Yeah.
Something we say, and it might not translate easily in English and in Spanish, but in English we say, feed your body, not your hunger. And by that, I mean, feed your body of the nutrients that it needs to live, to stay happy, to stay active, instead of just eating for your hunger, just because you're hungry. So.
Wow, that's brilliant, and we could talk about this for hours, because it is well known that you are what you eat, and if you eat healthy and you eat to feed your body, you're going to have more energy, you're going to have more clarity of mind, and you're going to lose weight. Go figure. Eat well and lose weight. So So thank you for that. And thank you, Don Manuel. He was sitting there quietly, but he got to do the interview in Spanish. So they're sharing the job.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you very much. Till next time.